Children with nonverbal intellectual disabilities are often very misunderstood. This is especially the case when they exhibit behaviors like screaming and hitting their heads and banging their heads against the wall and that type of thing. As child and adolescent psychiatrists, one of the things that we often help parents with is understanding why their child might be doing that. So let's think about it together. What would you do if you were feeling intensely uncomfortable? Let's say that you were hungry or angry or constipated or itchy or in pain. Well, assuming that you're capable of using language, your brain would translate that into words and you would interpret how to communicate that based on the social norms of the people around you. In other words, you would have an innate ability to describe what's happening to you and express it in a way that gets the world around you to understand and respond in a way that's going to help. But when children have autism or severe intellectual disabilities that render them unable to use language, they have no way of communicating what they're going through. Think about how a baby communicates its discomfort. A small baby will scream, thrash its arms, hit itself against things, and cry until the environment around it helps solve whatever the problem is, whether it's hunger or discomfort. Even a toddler may have some words, but when they're really, really overwhelmed, they kind of lose the ability to express the depth of their distress and they have a tantrum. When linguistic ability does not develop, that's sort of what the person is left with. This can be extremely hard for parents and caregivers because they're dealing with this day in and day out. And it's also extremely hard for the individual demonstrating those behaviors because they are uncomfortable and they are in need that they don't know how to express. The good news is that sometimes we're able to figure out what the pattern is. Honestly, we can't take credit for that. Most of the time, it's the mom or the dad who's been really, really diligent, and they know that when their child screams or hits their head or does this particular thing, it means that they are hungry or that they're constipated or that so on and so forth. They're able to try different things to meet the potential needs that the child might be expressing. Of course, every child and family system and the way it interacts and communicates is different. If you have experience working with children who are unable to communicate with words, please share it in the comments and let's spread awareness. These are very challenging circumstances, and the least we can do is support one another by understanding.